area in spectroscopy, chemometrics, photometrics, further physics, computational physics, and research methodology. He has published many papers in reputed journals, W. Super Springer, CRC Press, and Academic Press Practice. And Majumdar sir has worked as IPSC coordinator, ASMVU member, Department Quality Assurance Cell member, and Department Advisory Board member. He has also been actively involved as a resource person, invited speaker, keynote speaker, and sessions chair in numerous national and international conferences, workshops, and faculty development programs. With this small introduction about the Dr.Agnibha, sir, I welcome him for the stage.
This is mic for YouTube live.
Okay. Very good morning, present here. All my dear colleagues, all the faculty members of Raichur University, and my dear students. My name is Dr.Agnibha Das Majumdar. I came here for very far distance for doing my job. Basically, I am from Kolkata. I belongs from Kolkata, and for my academic purpose, I am doing here job as assistant professor in a very nearby college, that is Navodaya Institute of Technology. There I am working as assistant professor, working in Department of Humanities and Science, basically from physics. So this is a kind of topic, is AI in research, which is very common for all. When we have done our PhD, even many of my co-colleagues are here who are sitting on the front benches. They will also agree with me, when they have also done their PhD, this topic never introduced AI in research. We all have done our research, and whatever subjects you are learning in your PhD, that is research methodology, research ethics, research paper writing, proposal writing, everything we have done, but in a conventional way. Our faculty used to give us the formats and some techniques that you have to write this, you have to complete this, and you have to modify the papers. And we used to give our time a lot to modify a paper, right now? Once we have done our PhD, we have received some reviewers' comment, and our guides used to send us, and they are telling within 1 week you have to do that modification as per the reviewer's comment. Maybe soon you will also communicate some manuscript to the journals, and definitely you will get some reviewers' comment, because without reviewers' comment, your research will not be accomplished. Because if you are thinking that I will send my paper to the manuscript, especially for the PhD students I am telling, if you are thinking that I am sending my manuscript to the journal, and immediately within 10 days, within 15 days, my paper will be accepted, then you are on the wrong track, I should say. If your paper will be under the very good review, you will get many comments on that. You will get many bad comments on that, many negative comments on that. Then only you will think your research, after going through this all communications, it will become a very good manuscript. Because every good journals, they will take minimum, at least minimum 1.5 months to 2 months to review your paper. They are sending your papers to outside reviewers, international reviewers. They will review your paper and they will send it back to you. So with some concept, with some reviewer comment, you will get to know where you are lagging, in which part of the writing you are lagging, that you have to. And that is not only for PhD students. I should tell you, in my masters also, I have published nearby 15 research papers. So don't demotivate yourself. I am in masters means I cannot publish the paper. Don't demotivate yourself. If you are in masters, if you have some passions in research, definitely you can publish paper also, even in good journals. Initially target the book chapters, target the journals which are having, who are from the masters, you please raise your hand here. PG. Okay. And PhDs? Okay. So for the PG students specifically, if I will tell that your target will be first be Q4 or Q3 journals. Like what is Q4, Q3 journals? Suppose you are going for some good journals which is in Scopus, they should have some different categories. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. This Q stands for quartile. The PhD students, they may know these things. For PG students, it's a new term maybe. That is Q stands for quartile. So if you are going for the Q3, Q4 journals, that is in the quality list, some journals will come at the lower. They are not that much good journal, but definitely they are good. We are not telling these are the best journal in your particular field, but those are the good journals. For PG students, I am telling you first try on those Q3, Q4 journals. If you are trying for the Q3, Q4 journals, definitely you have some scope to publish your paper in the journals. And for your case, there is a much scope for the conference proceedings. Go for the conferences. Take permission from your university, visit the different conferences, and there also you showcase your paper, present your paper. First try for the poster presentation, then go for the oral presentation. I should tell you one experience in my masters. My guide always told me that you go for oral presentations. But I was very afraid of that time, that I was having really a stage fear. That what I should tell in front of the members who are sitting on the dais. And so I was very much nervous at that time, and I told many times to my guide, no, I will go for only poster presentation because it is very easy. One poster will be there. I am telling the things, people are 1 or 2, 3 people will come. They will ask some certain questions. I will address those. But for oral presentation, is not like that. Whole house will be there. And as a master student, it is very difficult to come up on the stage and present your research because many questions will come for that. But if you do it, you take my point. If you can do it, then definitely your skills will be enhanced. Your presentation skills will be enhanced. Why? Because suppose after masters, if you are going for the PhD, definitely you have to face those things. First will be your registration, PhD registration. Some topic will be given to you by your guide. That topic should be registered first in the university portal, in the UGC portal. For that, you have to give a presentation in front of all committee members. So in PhD, once you start your PhD, there is no chance to go back. Definitely you have to present your topic. Not in poster, but in oral presentation only. So better if you prepare yourself for this master students, I am telling, better if you prepare yourself from the PG time itself. Definitely if you are going for PhD, it will be the extra benefit for you. And once you are going for the PhD interviews also, it will be beneficial for you. Even if you have submitted your paper in some conferences, you will get some conference proceeding publications, and you will get some exposure to tell or speech your concepts in front of the all the audience. Definitely you will get some exposure on that, and you will get some extra points on that for your PhD interviews. And for the PhD students, definitely if you are going with this PhD journey, every 6 months you will have some review meetings for your research, if you know these things. Definitely those review meetings after every 6 months will be a very tough day for you, because whosoever will be there in front of you, they all will be the expert of your topic. And they will ask you each and every single small point also, whatever you have done in your research in last 6 months. Even if you draw some graph also, you should know which software you have used, how you have drawn that graph, and how you are presenting the data in front of the committee members. If you don't know, sometimes I have seen many of my co-scholars, they have taken help from us. Suppose we worked as a team. Suppose under your guide there are 4-5 students. Some students will be there who are not willing to draw the graph, who are not willing to use the softwares. They used to come to some students, sir, you please help us to draw the graphs. At the same time, that your co-scholar will help you to draw the graph. But once you will present your topic, that time that co-scholar will not be there. So if you don't know the things, you will face the consequences. So better once you are doing your research, try to do with your own. And involve your research, in your research involve only your guide, not your co-scholars. If you are involving your co-scholars, they will say something, maybe you will be deviating from your research path. Can be possible because they are at the same stage, all co-scholars. So better you do it your own. For that reason, you can follow this. You can take help artificial intelligence as your co-scholar. Don't take help from the persons who are working in your lab. Definitely some knowledge sharing will be there. Technical help you don't take. You write this paper and on behalf of me, I will give you the authorship. Don't do that kind of things. At least in the PhD levels. Yes, we are doing, at our level, we are doing the collaborations. That is a different story, definitely different, because we have already done our PhD. We are working on the research field and we are doing these things and we are doing, that is a case of collaboration. In the student level, you don't try to do the collaborations. Your faculty will do, your research supervisor will do. That is their headache. You don't try to do the collaborations because this is the stage, this is the time when ultimately you can learn something. You take my point, after completion of your PhD, once you go for any academic job in any institution, no one will teach you the concepts. After once you become an assistant professor, basic level if I am telling, after PhD, or you will become a scientist in any company, any R&D company, or you will be assistant professor in any educational institute, no one will going to teach you the concepts. So this is the last time for PhD scholars, this is the last stage that you can learn the things like anything. So try to grab the opportunities for the PhD. So why we should use this artificial intelligence in the research? That is the main motivation for us. Why we should go? If we are going for artificial intelligence, it will make us very flexible with the research. Why? We will see in the coming lectures. Okay. So first, if I'm talking about the research steps, okay, my voice is coming there at the last. Without mic, can I take the session? Is it possible? Can you get my voice, my last? Okay, then better I am not using this one. So, if I am talking about this, first to read this one, step-by-step guidelines for conducting the educational research. Step-by-step guideline for conducting the educational research. Either it is a PG students or the PhD students. When you have to start your journey of the research, you have to be very, very careful about your different steps. Suddenly we cannot start our research. Today morning I am thinking I will start my research. I cannot start like that. There should be a systematic way with which way we have to go for our conducting our research. First point is what? Defining the research problem. This is the first and very important point to start your research, to accelerate your research career. Very, very important point. Identifying the research problem. If you are not identifying your research problem, then you cannot grow with your research. Now, why it is important identifying the research problem? Because suppose you are going to write your thesis or you are going to write a research paper. Some topic should be there on what topic you will write your thesis, on what topic you will do your PhD. That is why this identification is required. Thank you. That is why this identification is required. Now, just you read this point. Define a clear, focused, and researchable. Hello. Define a clear, focused, and researchable question or problem based on gaps in the current literature on the educational practice. Now the question is, sir, what is this current literature? It's not coming. Yeah. So next question is, what is this current literature? Literature means the present studies on your particular topic. First, once I should get some research problem, I should see some particular research present on my topic. Let's discuss chemistry. If you are working some problem on the chemistry, what you will do? Suppose in chemistry there are several branches. First you have to define the branch. I will work on physical chemistry, I will work on organic chemistry, I will work on inorganic chemistry, I will work on environmental chemistry. Many are there, right, for chemistry. So first you have to define on which topic you have to do your research. So first you do for choosing that path. Suppose you are from literature. Which literature you have to follow for your research? Which literature you want to do research? First you see those literatures. Sometimes I don't know much about the literatures. I am from the science background. If you are working on the literatures, first suppose we have to see some particular authors we are checking or not, on which author we want to do some research. After this, what is the contribution of that author in that particular research area? So to conduct our research, we have to search this many things. That is a very, very first step of your, for a PhD scholars also, for a PhD scholars also. Any researcher, commonly I should say, any researcher, suppose you want to start your research, first you have to go with this step. First you have to search some clear, focused and researchable question. So from where you will get the question, that is basically literature review. So in the literature review, what you have to do? There is a term that is research papers. And you will get many research papers in many websites. Or if you don't want to go for the websites, simply you Google it. In Google also, for scientific purpose, there is a one different segment, that is Google Scholar. That is the best search engine for a researcher. If you are going to Google Scholar, if you are writing any topic of whatever coming in your mind, if you are writing on that particular topic, you will get number of research papers present on that particular topic. Google Scholar. So that is a basic search engine for, it should be basic search engine for all the researchers every day. Suppose you are searching. Now, why, sir, you are telling every day I have to search? Because you don't know what is the progress of your particular topic every day. Now we are expanding worldwide, right? So every day, sitting in the Raichur, it is very difficult to trace in South Africa, in America, what kind of researches are going on. It is very difficult to trace. How to trace it? With the help of Google Scholar. Every day, if you check the Google Scholar, what are the updates are going on? Every day, every year, every month, data you will get from the Google Scholar. Apart from the Google Scholar, also several databases are there that I will discuss one by one. So first point is what? To start a research. First point is to define the research problem. Hello. So first point is what? To define the research problem. And to define the research problem, what we have to do? Hello, not coming. To define a research problem, what we have to do? First, we have to go with the literature survey. Okay. Next step is literature review. As I told you now itself. To get that first part, this first part, research problem, we have to do literature review. Now conduct a comprehensive review of existing research related to your topic. This helps to refine the research question and develop the theoretical grounding. How we can get the idea? If you are going with the help of this literature review, you will get to know in your particular area, whatever researches has been done and which year this has been done, how much research has been done, that you can easily get from the literature review. If you're not doing the literature review, definitely you will not get the idea that how the research is going on. And while you are going for a research, try to focus at least last 10 years literature reviews. Now the question is, sir, why don't we go for the last 20 years, 50 years back? For some basics of your topic, you can refer those papers, 1960, 1980, 1970. But for the growth of the subject, growth of the topic, if you're referring 1960 paper, you never know after 1960 what kind of development already has been done. That is why it is suggested to you, always try to check last 10 years paper, better last 5 years paper for your research growth. So you will get to know, because suppose I am working on the physics, I want to know about the application of artificial intelligence in the physics. I am searching some paper from 1967 about the physics. Will I get that one? No. Because that time, no one has used AI for the physics research. For that, what I should do? I should get the last 5-6 years papers when we can get some data where we have applied artificial intelligence in the physics or any kind of subjects. So this idea should be there once we are doing the literature review. That literature review should be systematic literature review. There is a term, separate term, SLR, systematic literature review. If you are doing systematic literature review, you will get the idea from which year to which year, how the field has been developed. People are writing research papers also on the systematic literature review. As you are from library science, that is very, very important topic for your research, systematic literature review. Many work has been done in the library science, in the information technology, to know about the growth of that particular field. As you are doing research, I should tell you, you go for some bibliometric analysis also. What is the bibliometric analysis? Now, next question. Bibliometric analysis means it will tells you about the growth of that particular paper. This kind of work basically the library science people will do. If you don't have any idea, go to your library, ask your librarians, they will help you in that case also. They know what is literature, what is bibliometric analysis. Bibliometric analysis will tells you, suppose you are taking some particular topic, AI in research. I want to know that how much research has been done on the AI in research. What I will do, several softwares are there for bibliometric analysis. If you go there, if you write the keywords, artificial intelligence, physics, and some growth of the research, if you type those kind of keywords over there, and if you give the time period, suppose from 2005 to 2026, it will give you the several number of papers what has been done on that particular topic. Even who are the particular authors who are working maximum on that particular topic, you will get the idea. Which university within the India, which state is maximum working on that? How many thesis has been already written on that particular topic? How many dissertation has been written on the particular topic? Which university is working on that particular topic? Which state is working more in that particular topic? Everything you will get from the bibliometric analysis. You can make a note of this point, bibliometric analysis. It will help you. Anytime you go to normal Google Scholar, whatever topic you want to do research, you write bibliometric analysis on this topic. You will get the idea of that. So for the literature review, you should be very, very systematic, and you should search from the last 5 to 10 years research papers. Your next step is developing the hypothesis or the research question. Now there must be a question, sir, what is the difference between research question, hypothesis, and the research problem? There is a very small difference, not very big. There is a very, very small difference in that. Your research hypothesis, your research problem consists of different research hypotheses or research questions. Suppose you are simply, I am just taking a topic that is application of artificial intelligence in physics or chemistry. Okay. Now, this topic, I want to check the hypothesis. So what should be the hypothesis for that? Artificial intelligence, by using artificial intelligence, we can do the research more effectively. That will be your hypothesis. And we have to prove the hypothesis that with the help of artificial intelligence, we can do more effectively research in chemistry or not. Or you can say, you can take this example also. You might hypothesize that special education students using interactive digital tools will show a 20% improvement in the math skills compared to those who do not. Very carefully you read this example. Special education students. So for the special education students, the people who can't speak, who can't see, blind people, for them there is a separate, from special childs also, some autistic childs. For special childs also, we are having a separate special education system. So if we use interactive digital tools, then it will show 20% improvement on the mathematics skills compared to those who do not use. That is a statement. It is still not proved. That is why it is a hypothesis. You don't judge the statement like it is the research statement. Your research statement is research work on the special childs. That will be your research problem. Now, how to get the, just try to compare the things with the help of examples. Your research problems, how to get it? Suppose I am doing the literature review. After doing the literature review, I am getting the information. In Karnataka region, people are not working much on the special childs. For example, I am telling, people are not working much on the special childs. Now in Karnataka also, many small regions are there. In Karnataka, which district you want to follow? That idea you will get from the literature review. In Karnataka, so and so district is having more number of special child cases, and those districts don't follow some rules and regulations to teach them special education. This information you will get from the literature review. So your research statement is what? Research on special childs or the education for special childs. That will be your research statement. Then your research question will be what? Special education students using interactive digital board. So that is my perception, hypothesis. We are thinking that if we are using this interactive digital tools, definitely students will get 20% improvement in the mathematics skills, and the students who are not using the interactive digital tools, they will be there 20% lagging from those students who are used. That's a statement. Now, on the basis of this statement, you have to do the analysis. That will be your research analysis. Next step will come. Research design analysis, everything will come next step. So initially, first you have to set your target. That is your hypothesis. And you have to prove your target wrong or right. Okay, that is your concept of the hypothesis. If your hypothesis will be proved as positive hypothesis, if it is proved as yes, then positive hypothesis. If it is proved as no, then it will be negative hypothesis. So based on that, we are preparing the research question. This everything consists of your research thesis. Once you are writing your research thesis, every steps you have to be developed. Next is your research design. Choose an appropriate research methodology. It can be a qualitative, it can be a quantitative, it can be both. And design your studies method of the data collection and analysis. How you are collecting your data, that is also important. Different data collection method you will get to know in your research methodology subject. Different data collection methods will be there. You want to do the random data selection, you want to do some biased data selection, you want to do some number of methods will be there. So based on that, if you're choosing the data and you are analyzing, that will be the main motivation for the research design. We got some hypothesis, and with the hypothesis, we have to prove the hypothesis. How to prove it? That is the answer, research design. With the help of research design, you have to prove your hypothesis. Next is data collection. There are also several methods will be there for data collection. Which method you will use for the collecting the data, that will be, so you collect data according to the methods outlined in your research design, ensuring you adhere to ethical standards and obtain necessary permission. You will get to know the idea about research ethics. If you are working on some particular topic, there you have to follow the research ethics. To collect the data also, to continue research also, to continue your research design also, even there should be some ethical standards that you have to follow. Without following ethical standards, if you are doing research, while you are getting the results, definitely you have to face some consequences if some ethical portion is involved over there. Okay. Your next part is data analysis. It's almost same. We have to use some statistical tools for that. So that is a different story about that. So I'm not covering that much of the data analysis part. Interpretation of the results also same. So if you are analyzing this, if you're using some different statistical tools, and with the help of those statistical tools, suppose you are coming with some results, those results can be, interpretation of the results is different and getting the results is different. Sometimes what is the problem with the students? I have seen many theses of the students. So what they are doing, whatever you are doing your research, suppose you got some table, you got some data, it can be in the form of table, it can be in form of graphs. Just in the discussion part, in the paper we have several parts. First is your introduction. After introduction, you will have some research methodology where you have to use the methods. After that, there will be a results and discussion part. So many journals, they will tell you to be separate results, separate discussion, and many journals will tell you write the result discussion in the same column, same part. So there, we are thinking in a different way. The results and discussions are same. Results and discussion will never be same in that way. Results and discussion will never be same for your research. You please try to understand, because many students will face the consequences when they are writing paper, and on this particular topic, many scholars, their manuscript will be rejected from the journals because your discussion is not proper. It's not appropriate discussion. Why? Because you see, just try to see the difference. What is the difference between getting the results and what is the difference between the interpreting the results? See, this is the reporting and the dissemination, and this one is the interpretation of the results. Suppose you got some data, you got some graph. Any kind of research, you are doing something, and as a result, what you are getting some graph or table. You have to write that one. So in the result part, you have to explain the graph. Suppose you are getting a graph like straight line from here to here. Why this line from here to here, it is straight line. In the result part, you have to discuss that thing. In the result part, what we have to do, sir, we have taken so and so point. In x-axis, we are taking this parameter. Y-axis, we are taking this parameter. By analyzing x-axis and y-axis, we are getting the slope like this. That is the slope of that. So from this point to this point, we are getting the increase of the data. After a certain point, the data is decreased. Whatever it is, that is depends on your graph or on your paper. You have to write the results. That is results. Now, what is discussion? Discussion means, suppose you are getting a data or you are getting a graph as a straight line. Why you are getting that straight line, that will be your discussion. Students will get confused in that case. In results also, they are writing the same, and same thing they are copying and pasting in discussions. For good journals, definitely those manuscripts will be rejected in the first round itself. This is very, very important. You take my point. When the reviewers are checking the research papers, definitely they will check first your abstract, your title, your abstract, and finally they will focus on your results and discussions. If no other novelty is there, no other newness is there in your research will not be established. Okay. Can you tell me what is research in your mind? Suppose if I am talking about the word research, what does it mean by research? Any one of you? Any scholars? What do you mean by research? You all are doing research. Your name itself, research scholar. Why this research came? Scientific study. Okay. Anything else? Any other definition of the word research? That means the humanities people, if they are doing research, they are also doing scientific study, right? Yes. Any other concept? Systematic?
Find the problem.
Yes.
Getting the solution.
Yes. That is what I was asking. A systematic progress of any field to getting any solution. We are thinking we are doing research in the lab only. Don't think. You go to your kitchen at your home, every day you are doing some research. Every day. While cooking, we are tasting the food. No, salt is, we have to give some more salt. Chemistry only. We have to give more turmeric powder. We have to give more sugar. Every day we are doing research in that way. Or suppose you leave about cooking also. At your home, we are facing some problems. And every day we are searching some solution to solve that problem. Any situations also you are getting at your home. While coming from your home to university, you are not getting auto, you are not getting bus. You are thinking some another solution, how to go to the university. That time itself, you become a researcher. Because everywhere, every day, we are thinking some different solution in different way. We all are researchers. We should admit this first. Everyone, from a kid to the 90 years old lady or that person. All are researcher. Because if you are searching a different solution for any kind of any point of view, you will become a researcher. Now, if you are doing that research in a systematic way, you are in the academic research. Every day you are doing research, but if you do that research in a systematic way with this kind of things, now you are an academic researcher. So for the academic researcher, you should know or you should follow all these points. So is it clear what is the difference between discussion and results? Is it clear now? Suppose you are writing a research paper and there you are going for the results. Directly you have to explain whatever you got. That is your results. Whatever work I have used this kind of methodology and I got so and so graph, I got so and so this tables, this data is there. So what is the trend of the data? I am just writing. That is your results. If you are talking about the discussion, immediately that point will come why that result is coming. This why word that you have to explain. What is the significance of your result? Why your research should be accomplished? That novelty, that why, that answer you have to write in the part of discussion. People will see that one only because we can see directly, we can see definitely x-axis may, if it is coming this straight line, that means x parameter is going, it is increasing at the same time, y parameter also increasing. Very easy. But why this is so? Why it is increasing like this? Why linear increase is there? Why not curve? This thing should be very, very clear in the part of the discussion, because in the research paper writing, your discussion part is very, very important. If you're not focusing discussion, but even in your thesis also, while you're writing your thesis or for PG student dissertation, final dissertation you will write, for that case also, if your discussion chapter is more, what should I say, if it is more attractive, your thesis or your dissertation will be more acceptable, because the reviewers who will see your thesis, they will also check the discussions, whatever results you got and what is the significance of that results. They will focus on that while your thesis will go for the review. Next. Yes, this is also one more important point. See, what is this? Future research, reflection and the future research. Every research paper or every research should have some future outcome or future scope. Without future scope, your research is incomplete. If you are not writing your future scope, even if you are writing a research paper also, or you are writing a thesis also, you have to write a future scope there. What you are giving to your next generation, what you are giving for the next generation research. You also got some idea from the literature reviews, right? While you have started your research work, you got some idea from the literature review. If those literatures have not given any future scope for you, how you have done your research? Same thing as a legacy, you have to keep for your next generation. So they will also have, okay, after reading this research paper, I came to know this is the future scope of the work and this work can be done in future. That is future scope. So each and every research paper, each and every thesis should conclude with this word, that is future scope. Every research paper, every research dissertation should include this particular word, that is future scope. With future scope only, your research can be concluded. You will get the idea that, okay, what, and that is also comes from your idea itself. You see, you are doing research, you are concluding your research, and you also have to think at the same time what can be done in the next step. That is the beauty of the research work on research scholar. You have to think what should be the future scope of your particular research area, what the next generation will see from your research particular topic. You have to give something. You can also work on that later. Whatever future scope I have done in my research thesis, same thing I took and I am working on that also now. These things you can do, definitely. It will be for the progress of your work. Now, for a research writing, there should be separate parts, separate sections of a research paper or a research, you can say your thesis. There should be some several parts, and there are several models to write those things. What are those models? We will discuss one by one. First is, so this is the IMRAD. This is the main model to write a research paper. IMRAD model. What is it IMRAD stands for? I stands for introduction, M stands for methods, results stands for, R stands for results, A stands for and D stands for discussion. IMRAD model. While you are writing your thesis, while you are writing your research paper, you have to follow this format, IMRAD format. That is a universally accepted format. These topics should be there in your thesis also, in your dissertation also, in your research paper also. Introduction, where you have to introduce your topic. Methods, sometimes there is methodology also. Results, and finally discussion. These four components should be there in any kind of research writing. Now, if we are talking about the introduction, introduction will follow the PICO format. What is PICO format? P stands for problem or purpose. I stands for introduction to the topic. C stands for context and background information. O stands for objective or the research questions. You see, if you follow all these four points, you will get the idea how your introduction can be written and what points you have to include there in the introduction part of your writing. This is very important for your research writing because introduction is the one where you are making the foundation of your research in introduction part. While you are talking about the introduction, while you are writing introduction, that while you are presenting your paper as an introduction, that is the main part, PICO format. So there, first you have to define the problem or the purpose. What is the problem? You see there itself two things are there. First is problem, last is the research question or objective. So both are not the same. Research objective or the research questions are the different components of the research proposal or the research problem. Your research problem is the topic on what you want to do your research. In the research topic, there should be several objectives or there should be several research questions. That will be the objective of the research questions. And the objective of the research questions always form the hypothesis. It will form the hypothesis. If we prove the hypothesis, you will get the assertive answer or positive answer for the objectives or research questions. If your hypothesis is not proved, negative hypothesis will come, then you are not getting the proper results. So here also I should tell you one thing. We are thinking whatever negative results we are getting, so in terms of negative results, those are the not useful. Many journals will publish your negative research also. If you are thinking in that way, okay, I have got some negative results. I went to my guide. My research guide is telling what nonsense you are getting the values. This is not good. Then you should not demotivate. You search some journals. Many journals will publish your negative results also. Now the question is, why the journal should publish the negative results? What is the purpose of that? Suppose you have done something. You have invested your 6 months, you use some methodology, you got some results, now it became a negative results. If you are publishing those results, maybe by citing your research paper or by checking your research paper, the next generation researcher also will get to know we don't have to follow this kind of methodology to publish the paper. This is very important. Generally, I used to face the same thing. Generally, we are facing very demotivation while after investing 6 months, 1 year of our PhD, we are getting some negative results and we are thinking, oh, our 1 year is completely wasted. Don't see like that. Every negative aspects also will comes with some positive aspect. You try to drag those. Those negative results also you try to modify. That is your writing skills. If you write the research paper with the negative results in a very beautiful way, if your negative results you can flourish or you can write in a very scientific way, logical way, definitely your negative results also will be accepted for a good journal for the publication. So we are talking about this problem and purpose. If you state your problem, and in that particular problem, if you are getting the several objectives, try to check those objectives first to start your research work, and with some time limit, slowly you develop each and other objectives. So to develop objectives, these 2 points required: introduction of your topic, on which topic you are doing the research, and also the context and background of the information. This point from the C point, C from where you will get, that is your literature review. Okay, so for the some journals will have a separate style of writing. They will tell you to write introduction, literature review in a separate section. Some journals will tell you you can write, if they are not mentioning literature review in a separate section, definitely the literature review you have to include in the part of introduction itself. Nothing wrong in that. Definitely, if you go to some journal website, you will get the idea what is their particular format. If they are telling the format is introduction separate, literature review separate, you write this literature review in a separate segment, on separate part. But if they have not mentioned, you don't think literature review is not required. In introduction TIGO model itself, the context and background information should be there. If you are not developing the literature review within the introduction, your paper is incomplete. That is also a reason of rejection. So that is why introduction should be there with the context or background information. Your next is method. For method, one more another model we can use, that is DRMPM model. What is that DRMPM model? DRMPM model, in that D stands for design, R stands for research setting or study site, M stands for materials or participants, P stands for procedures or interventions, M stands for measurement or the data collection. For your kind information, method has to use all this point, method has to collect all this point. Your method means, don't feel only data collection will be my method. All the points you have to cover over there while you are doing your research. First, you have to design your experiment, at which way you have to go. You have to set the research setting. What are the different points I have to follow for my research? You have to check the materials, whatever material. For the science students, it is very important. For the humanities students or commerce students, materials is really matters. I don't think so you will get much about the materials, but for science background students, this material is very important for them. So, and the procedures, what procedures you are following. Better, nowadays it is a very good approach, better if you want to make the procedure in the help of flowcharts. Many journals I have seen, they are asking the flowcharts also. Directly, like in spite of writing in a paragraph, if you are making a flowchart and if you are keeping diagram on that particular method part, you will get the idea of that. Last is the measurement of the data collection. What method you have used to collect the data, how you have taken the data that you can follow together. Next, your result part. So in result part, there is another model you can follow, that is NEWR. What it stands for? N stands for narrative summary, E stands for evidence, W stands for words to describe the results, and R stands for relationship and pattern. These 4 things should be there. So here narrative summary. Here itself we will get what to cover in the result part. In result part, you will see the narrative summary. That means whatever work you have done. Here also one more point I have to add. 2 points are there, right? One is narrative summary here, another one is evidence. Sometimes I have seen this mistake by the researchers. Even we have also done this kind of mistakes. Whatever graphs you have drawn, whatever table you have written, same thing you are writing again in the summary part. Don't repeat the things. Either you write, or you make a table, or you make a graph. Definitely, if there is a graph or table, some clarification should be there. What is the definition of that? What is the x-axis there, y-axis there? But the complete explanation in terms of graph or table should not be repeated. If the same data you are writing in graph, you are drawing in graph also, same data you are writing in table also, again problem. Again rejection will come. Why you are repeating the data unnecessarily? We are making number of pages for the research. So in the result, you have to be very, very taking care of that. You have to take care of this thing, that while you are drawing a diagram, you should not show the same data in a table. Or if you are drawing a table, if you are writing a table, you should not draw the same graph. As a raw data, you can keep it as in your system. If the journal will ask, you can send that, you can share that one with them, either graph or this table. Whatever you are showing, suppose in the paper you are showing the graphs, you don't share the tables over there. In the paper, if you are showing graphs, you don't share table. Table we keep with you in your system. If it is graphs, you don't show the table. If it is table, you don't show the graph. Both the things all together you should not show over there. So for the results, we have to use this NEWR format, which is having the narrative summary, evidence, words to describe the results, and the relationship pattern. In the discussion part, you see that's a difference between results and discussion. In the discussion part, you will have the CECE format. In the discussion part, you will have CECE format, which CECE stands for conclusions based on the results, explanation and interpretation, comparison with previous research, limitations and future research direction. These four things should be there. You should follow. That is a standard format for the discussion. First is what? First is conclusion based on the result. That is almost same like your result. Or a summary line that from the result, suppose result is 5 to 6 lines. From there, you take a summary line of 1 line and you write in that particular discussion part. So and so graph we got, and this is the trend of the data. That's the 1 line you write in that. Next, explanation and interpretation. That is only I was telling. Explanation and interpretation. That means why your result is coming like this. That you have to explain. Why your graph is coming like straight line. Why your graph is coming like a curve. That you have to check in this part. Explanation and interpretation. Comparison with the previous work means you have to tell them. Suppose you are getting some data, and definitely, to do your research, you have done some previous literature review. Now you have to compare those. That literature, in that literature review, you have seen this kind of work has been done, and you have done some separate work. Now, what context? In what context your research is new for the society, new for the research forum, new for the research environment? That comparison should be there. If there is no comparison, then your research will not be acceptable, will not be fruitful. That is why this C point, comparison with previous research, and also at the same time you have to cite. You have to cite also in the discussion part. This kind of results I got, and definitely some other previous work, they got this kind of results. Now, why you have done a separate research, and what is newness in your research than the other previous work? That comparison should be there. If there is no comparison, that means your research is not a final track. And last one, limitations and the future scope. You try to focus on the future research. Limitations we are rarely very using, because limitations means the negative aspects of our research. I should not tell that limitation should not be there in any research. Definitely limitations will be there. But try to write as much as minimum about the limitations of your research work. We should not show our negative part of our research work to society. But limitation should be there. At the same time, as a scientist, I should not tell you in your research work, there will not be any kind of limitations. Definitely limitations will be there. Some drawbacks will be there in your research work. But we will try to hide those things much from the publisher or much from the scientific community or much from the reviewer committee. But don't completely neglect your limitations. Focus on your limitations, but with a very limited way, and give much focus on this part, future scope. So your research will be fruitful in that way. Now, one more topic that I should say you earlier, that is the abstract of your research. That is basically a backbone of your research. If you read any book, suppose, for every book there should be a preface. So while we are reading the preface, we'll get to know what is there inside of the book. A full volume book, suppose it is 300, 400 pages, preface will be only the half page or 1 page. So by reading that preface, we'll get to know what is there in the coming 300, 400 pages. Abstract is like that only for a research paper or your thesis. By looking your abstract, one person who is reading your research thesis, they will get to know what is there inside. So at the same time, your abstract should follow all these points. If you see this Dirac formula, this consists of all the points. Stands for background or context, stands for introduction or objectives, stands for result and the key findings, stands for analysis, interpretation, stands for conclusion and the implications. These all points should be there in the abstract, because that, you see, abstract is nothing but a combination of all things. Background is there, introduction is there, result is there, analysis, interpretation is there, conclusion is there. Whatever we have done in last 4 or 5 slides, that we are merging together and we are writing the abstract. In the reference part, that is the most important and the last part of your thesis or research paper, RACE, RACE format you have to use. What is the RACE format stands for? R is recent and relevant, A is accessible and accurate, C is consistent with the chosen style guide, and E is the ethical and complete. We'll come one by one. First, why this R required? R is what? Recent and relevant. Suppose you are doing some work in economics. You are doing some work in economics. You are citing some paper from geography, which is not at all relevance from your research work. Just for namesake, you are writing, and many things I have seen many students they are doing to show their, this is the consequences I am telling you, to show their reference list. Randomly they are adding some references. They are thinking the reviewers who are sitting, they don't know anything. You don't think in that way. Just suppose I have also seen many reviewers, they are sending, add some recent research papers in your manuscript. What we are doing randomly, we are taking some on that particular topic. Now ChatGPT is very much useful for that. We are using in ChatGPT, give some recent papers on our liquid crystal. Suppose we are working something on liquid crystal, you give some recent papers for liquid crystal. We are just copying and pasting over there. First you open the paper. There is no wrong thing to use ChatGPT for getting the references. First you open that particular paper, you see some relevant topic is there or not, at least 1 or 2 lines is there or not. Then you keep that paper in your reference list. Because if relevancy is not there, again it will be a cause of rejection. That is why this relevant and recent paper. Why recent paper? That already I explained. Don't go for 1960s, 1970s paper, because the journals, they are thinking there is no recent upliftment on that particular topic, so you are not going to cite it. That is why the citation should be there from the last 5 to 10 years. Maximum you can go for 15 years. Unless it is a revolutionary study. Why I am telling this point? Suppose if it is a revolutionary study, I should check from the origin of that particular study. And if I should check the origin of the particular study, definitely to check the origin, I should go in the 90s. I should go in 60s, 70s, if it is not very recent. So definitely in that case, it is relevant and it is justified also. But all the papers we are taking from the 90s, 80s, 70s, we are not taking any paper after 2015, 2016 onwards. That is not a good approach for writing a research paper. So it should be recent and relevant and definitely accessible and accurate. Why I am telling? I have seen many students, they are keeping the papers from some DOIs they are writing, and while we are clicking on that particular paper, the journal website is not found. So while you are selecting the journals, you be careful on that. You don't rely on the journals which are not that much indexed. At least check some peer-reviewed journals also. As in the artificial intelligence era, the many people, they are making the journal website also clone journals. Many clone journals are there. So try to verify their websites properly. If you are not verifying the journal websites properly, after publication, you will not get the proper indexation also in the Scopus database or in the website database or in the UGC database. So for that reason, it is very, very important to check the accessibility and accuracy of that particular journal also. So while you are checking the accuracy, if your journal is accurate, if it is not a clone journal, definitely those journal after publication of your paper or any paper, those journal should give a DOI number, digital objective identifier number. If that DOI number has not provided from the particular journal, you don't take those paper even for your reference also. And try to, when you are writing your reference of your thesis, when you are writing the reference for your research paper, try to check those journals, try to check those papers who are having the DOI numbers. Sometimes DOI numbers also cloned. You click the DOI, copy the DOI number, paste in the Scopus database, paste in the Web of Science database, paste in the UGC database. If it is showing the paper is coming, then only you rely on that particular paper. You please keep in mind these things, because nowadays many clone journals are there and ridiculously they are publishing the paper within by taking 10,000, 15,000 rupees, and within 2 to 3 days they are publishing the papers. They are not giving properly justified DOI numbers. They are not giving properly publications. You will face the problem while you are submitting your thesis to the university. That time definitely university library system, they're having all the access. They can easily check which journal is fake journal, which journal is proper journal. Easily they will check that one. That time you will face the consequence. Sir, I have published the research papers, but now why you are telling it is fake? Because while you have published the paper, you have not cross-verified the journal accuracy. It's very, very important for your case, this accessibility and the accuracy of the journal. Third point is consistent with the chosen style guide. Every university, I'm sure your university also having the same thing. Every university will have a particular style of writing for the thesis. While you have started your thesis writing, you ask your supervisor if there is any particular style. I think you also have some style, right? For writing a thesis also, you should have some style. So if that style will be given to the students, definitely you have to follow that style of writing of a particular thesis. Then you will get to know where is the change, where I should change. That should not be same for all. Most of the cases, APA style of the reference or MLA style of the reference is following for all the journals and the universities. Most of the cases, 90% case I'm telling. APA style and MLA style is following for that. Other than that, if your university is following some separate style of referencing, while you start writing of your thesis, that time itself, you take the data from your supervisor or take the data from the library department. They will tell you, they will clarify. Okay. Next is the ethical and complete. I should not tell much on this ethical and complete because already I have discussed on this accuracy. Same thing will come under the ethical consideration also. You should not go for the clone journals. Always you should go for the proper journals which are publishing the proper articles. Now, these are some use of AI tools. What we can use. Okay. Okay, we can do in the second part. Yeah. Okay, so this AI tools is there which we can use for the research writing. So I have given you a introduction about how to write a research paper and what is the particular structure of a research paper. Now to develop those particular structures, there are several numbers of AI tools what we can use. So those AI tools I will discuss one by one. I will give you some brief idea about those AI tools with which easily you can modify your paper, easily you can write your paper, easily you can check your references, everything. That will do after a small break. Okay, thank you. The research paper, earlier we have used the Word, MS Word, and whatever topics I told you, this IMRAT format, we are writing as per our convenience. Now there are several AI tools which we can use to write our research paper, even to do the systematic literature review also. Just with a single command, it will tell you all the literatures present in that particular field. No need to go for Google Scholar, whatever I told you. No need to go for the Google Scholar, no need to write the keywords, no need to write the from which year to which year you need that. Nothing is required. Now, at the present days, you have the several AI tools with which you can use for getting that different literatures present in your topic. Just what you have to give the name of your topic and you have to give the particular year, from which year to which year. Sometimes it is also not required because it will give you from whatever starting days to the present days data. So, this is first AI tool. What is that? I think you all might have known this one. That is OpenAI. If you click on this OpenAI, I will come in the next, in that PPT it is not there, I will show another PPT. There some different AI tools, I will tell what are their usage, what are those, that is mentioned separately, I have mentioned there. So, this is OpenAI. If you check this one, you can make a snap also for that. So that this link, if you write on that Google, you will get it. In OpenAI, you can use it as a search engine. First, you can use it as a search engine. So whatever topic you want to do some research, you can write it, and definitely what are the relevant literatures present in that, it will tell you about that also. At the same time, you don't use AI only for search engine. That is a very, you can say, misconcept in our mind. We are using ChatGPT for only search engine. We are writing something and we are taking the data from the ChatGPT. Don't do that one. Use the ChatGPT for your research. Use ChatGPT for your research. How? You give some prompt over there that you make a abstract for me. But for abstract, I need to conclude so and so points. You write those points. That is actually prompt engineering. If it is not there, then what is the use of the prompt engineering? Why you are using prompt engineering nowadays? That is a separate subject nowadays. It came up. Prompt engineering. We have to give a proper prompt over there. Let's not discuss the prompt engineering in this topic because there's several separate lecture on that. You can refer those lectures from YouTube. What is prompt engineering? How to give the prompt to the AI? Give the prompt to the AI tools to check their efficiency. Don't use the AI tools as a search engine. Use AI tools as a co-researcher. But at the same time, we don't have, still we don't have that approval that in our paper we can give the authorship to the AI. Very soon, maybe in the coming years, it will also be possible. We'll have a separate, like suppose my name, Agnibha Das Majumdar, after that ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the second author. Soon it can come. I cannot tell, I cannot predict that it will come or not. Definitely how the AI is coming nowadays, definitely the AI will be a second author of your research paper. But as of now, we cannot give the authorship to the AI tools. So don't directly copy and paste it over there in the AI tools. Why? Because, let me tell that point also. After writing a research paper, while you are submitting to the university for thesis or you are submitting to the journals for publications, one term will be coming, that is plagiarism. You may know that one, plagiarism. Plagiarism is nothing but a similarity index. What is that? They will tell you that it will, how much content you have copied from the different websites or different journals. Earlier, when we have done our PhD, that time the plagiarism software only detected the research papers. From the last 2-3 years, what I have seen, the plagiarism is detect the AI content also. All the plagiarism softwares is merging that features also, that the AI content also they will detect. I will tell you one story, what I have done. In my PhD, one paper I submitted to one journal, and after submitting the journal, some review came. There are certain grammatical issues that is very commonly happened. Some grammatical issues are there. Even some you have directly copied and pasted. That time I was not aware of that thing, that directly we cannot copy and paste in the from the journal. So what I have done while we are writing the literature review, directly I have copied from some journal and directly I pasted over there. Because in your research paper, this result discussion is your own part that you can write. Introduction also is some way, such a way is your own part. But literature review, what to do? Literature review directly you have to take the concept from the different literatures only. My guide was telling me within 1 week, within 2 weeks, you have submit the literature review, submit the literature review. With that hurry, I have done that one mistake. What I have done? I just copied from that particular abstract, from that particular journal. I pasted over there in the paper. Gradually, once it went for the plagiarism checking, 84% plagiarism came. Same time, at the same day, I remember my guide shouted on me and that manuscript she has taken and just she lifted on my face. What is this? 84% plagiarism. Are you joking? You are doing a PhD. That time I was not aware of this. What is plagiarism and how to come up with the plagiarism? At least you have some concept in your coursework that what is plagiarism. And frankly telling you, in my coursework, I never have this kind of concept. How we have to go for the plagiarism, how we can reduce the plagiarism. Then one more AI tool came that I think I have covered here also. I will show you. That was QLibot. Very useful and very known software, that is QLibot. It is basically a paraphrasing software. Paraphrasing your AI tools. So for QLibot, what we can do, if you directly copy that abstract from the paper and you paste on the QLibot, on single command, if you click on that, it will paraphrase. Paraphrase means, suppose it will change the construction of the sentence from passive voice to active voice to passive voice, or some narrative changes it will do for you. So within a fraction of a second, if you click on rephrasing or paraphrasing, it will change. Concept will be same because that is the main motive. Concept should be same. So concept will be same and it will change from direct abstract to the paraphrased abstract. Now, that time I copied and pasted that one. So gradually the plagiarism of the paper come down from 84% to the 15%. It is very common that at that time. I am telling, when I have done PhD 2021-22, I am telling this one. So gradually it came down. Now coming to 2025, last year itself, Same tricks I told to my students, you can do in that way because I have done that way. So they are telling, sir, plagiarism is coming, how to remove it, how to less it. I told them, you go for QLibot. If you don't have access, you take something from in our lab, some money was there. For license, you use that one, you take license and you use it. Gradually, they have used. While we are submitting in the new version of the Turnitin, there is a software Turnitin. When we have resubmitted again it is coming more than 55-60% plagiarism. What was the reason? They are detecting the AI content also. Now, what AI content they will detect? Whatever we have rephrased from the QLibot software. That is the point. Okay. Earlier, you see, what is the development? Why I am telling this story? This is a real life story from my life. I am telling you the development of AI. Just 6-7 years back, we are using that software for plagiarism. If the plagiarism is coming, we have some several methods to reduce. We are using some AI software, we are rephrasing it, we are getting the less plagiarism. Now, if we are using the same software to make it less plagiarism, it will detect as an AI content. Now I came to know another AI tool, that is humanize.ai. If you click on humanize.ai, there is a very useful AI tool which will help you for reducing the plagiarism, that is humanize AI. If you use humanize AI, what it will do, suppose you are getting a plagiarism on particular content, and that is also you have rephrased by the QLibot. Now it is what? It is rephrased, but with the help of AI. So AI content will come. That rephrased content now you copy and you paste in the humanize AI. What is the role of humanize AI? Humanize AI will convert the AI content, AI generated content to the humanized content. And computer cannot detect that one. They know what is the language. If you see, if you're writing a letter through your mind, and if you're writing a letter through ChatGPT, you will get the idea which is done from ChatGPT, which is very perfect, and which is done from a human being. You will get the idea. If you write a very, suppose nowadays we are using Instagram. If you are writing an Instagram story, if you are giving some, what is that? Some, yes? Captions, yes, thank you. Now, suppose we are giving some captions. If we are writing captions from our own, sometimes we are using some ChatGPT also write a very good captions, very good lines. So people will get to know which is coming from a human mind, which is coming from the, even computer also does not detect that one. So if it is humanized content, definitely your plagiarism will be less. So that is basically a development of our AI tools. Earlier it was not there. So as nowadays AI tools, using AI tools is very common. So those softwares who is detecting the plagiarism, they have also introduced this AI content plagiarism. But now again, if there is a challenge, definitely there will be a solution. Again, some company, some software company, they have designed some several AI tools, that is humanized AI, which can change the AI content to the humanized content. That is also AI tool only, and with which we can get the plagiarism less. Okay. So one more AI tool is there, that is Gemini. We are very commonly we are using Gemini. In the Gemini, what you can do, in the Gemini, you can make your abstract also. You can write your discussion also. Even you can make the graphs also with the help of Gemini. If you want to make some graph, even one more thing I should tell you, for the particular Gemini, suppose you are submitting your research paper to a journal, and there is several softwares to get the graphs. Just I am telling you, that is not AI tools. Conventional softwares are there, they are making the graphs. If data will put, they will make a graphs. It just for example, Excel. Excel also, if x-axis and y-axis data will give, definitely it will show you the graph, right? Now, after submitting the journal, suppose that if I am telling about my case, before 3-4 years, I have used that software in my university. Now I'm not at all associated with my PhD university. I'm very far from here, but that same work I have not published. Just for example, I'm telling, I am not published, but now I am publishing the paper. Now, journal is asking me, last week example only I am giving, journal is asking me, you please enhance the quality of the graphs. For that, what to do? Earlier, what we have done, earlier, again, we are going to use that particular software. Again, we are putting the data. Again, we are taking the graphs and we are checking the resolutions and all. We are checking fonts and all. Now, it is not required. You upload that picture to Gemini. You give the prompt. One more thing I should tell you. Except ChatGPT, if you are using any AI tools, first to get the prompt from ChatGPT. It is very useful. Go to ChatGPT, you write the prompt that I need some prompt for so and so software. Suppose Perplexity AI, another one AI tools is there. You go there because we are not the prompt engineers. We are not the experts of the prompt. We are not prompter. Okay. So if we are giving some casual writing in that softwares or in those AI tools, definitely it will not give you the proper or fruitful results. So just use ChatGPT as a prompt engineer. You first you give the command that you suppose you are so and so. First you define them. It is very important for you. First you define ChatGPT that your name is this and you are assistant professor of so and so college. You are a researcher. Your research background is this. You have done PhD on this and you are working on this topic. First to define ChatGPT. Who is ChatGPT? After defining, now you generate some prompt for so and so AI tool to modify the paper or to modify the graphs, to modify the tables. You give command ChatGPT, they generate the prompt. After that, you will get ChatGPT will do some calculations on that and it will give you a particular prompt. That prompt you copy and paste in the AI tools. Directly, if you give, suppose you are giving a graph, enhance the quality of the graph. Enter. It will get, your graph will come, but scientific resolution can be broken over there. It will create some cartoon picture of your graph, which is possible. I have seen these things. I have submitted my abstract to enhance the quality. After clicking that OK, that you enhance the quality of my graphical abstract, after giving the result, I am getting some cartoon is coming. My graph is making like a cartoon. My some samples also is not. It is not looking realistic. So what we can do, the proper scientific prompt you ask from ChatGPT or any kind of AI tools, better because it is very easy to use. So better you go for ChatGPT. You ask what should be the prompt. First you define ChatGPT, what is his role. After that, you ask the prompt for the particular, and you mention for which AI tool you want. You want for Claude, you want for Perplexity, you want for Gemini, you mention that one. Because for several AI tools, it will be separate prompt. For all AI tools, it will not be same prompt. So that prompt you copy from there and you paste to that with your input. Like suppose abstract or picture you want to enhance. That you give it. Immediately, I am giving a guarantee, immediately you will get the proper scientific enhanced picture of your graph. Every point of the, every line of the graph, suppose the caption of x-axis, y-axis, graphical points, everything will be enhanced. Same graph or same picture, you take from there and you submit to the journal. It will not take any kind of plagiarism, same time. Picture, I am telling only JPG image. Don't go for the contents. It will not take any AI content plagiarism, and definitely it will give you a more enhanced result. Next is your Claude. Claude is, I found, a very important AI tool, and this is, I suppose, I got one kind of AI tool which will create the PPTs also, which will create the Excel file also, which will create the Word file also, which will create the PDF also. If you are going to ChatGPT, if you are writing that you need, suppose today's topic, use of AI tools in research. If you write in ChatGPT, I'm sure about that. If you write the same thing to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will give you the slide contents only. Slide 1, this much contents will be there. Slide 2, this much contents will be there. And only outlines. If you use this particular software, this particular AI tool, Claude AI, you give the command, it will give you a proper output as PPT only. It will give you the command. It is very useful. It is a very useful AI tool. If you want to use it for data analysis also, it will help you. You give some Excel. If you want some particular formula, that formula also you give in the command. That formula also it will use and it will show the final result as an output, as an Excel file. You need not to create. Sometimes what will happen in ChatGPT also, if you are getting some results in a table, you are copying that result, you are pasting in ChatGPT Excel file, it will not get proper pasting. Something will happen. But in this AI tool, Claude, it will share you as beautiful as you want an Excel file, a table format, like this it will create Claude. Just what you have to do, you have to give a proper prompt. From where we'll get the proper prompt? Use ChatGPT. I am only telling to my students, you don't use AI tools, don't use AI tools. It is not good for your education. At the same time, to researchers, I am telling you use AI tools. Why I am telling? The bachelor students using AI tools to solve their assignments. It is very commonly used. To solve their assignments, whatever assignments question I am giving to the class, the students just copying in ChatGPT, they are getting the answers that they are submitting to me. And they think that we cannot predict that they have used ChatGPT. While they are copying from ChatGPT, there is an option directly copy. If you click on the copy link, then only it will be copy as it is. If you are dragging, copying and pasting over there, whatever coding beside it, that coding also will come. They are thinking they are very smart. So in that way, you don't replace yourself with ChatGPT. You use ChatGPT as a prompter. Research is yours only. ChatGPT will not do the research. AI tools will not do the research. You have to do the research, but you use 90% of AI tools to make your research easy. That is the main motive of the session. We have to make our research easy. That is why this kind of AI tools we are using. So in the Claude, if you want to make some particular statements, if you want to make some particular diagrams, if you want to make some particular flowcharts, it will give you in the whatever format you want, it will give you in that particular format. Some AI tools are there. Even if I'm talking about the Gemini, in Gemini, what will happen? In Gemini, if you want some flowchart, if you click on that, it will show the flowchart in the particular Gemini website. And it is very difficult to copy and paste over there. But what is the beautiness of the Claude? Claude will give you that particular flowchart in the either Paint or in the Word file or in the PDF format. What we can copy directly from there and you can attach in your thesis, which other AI tools cannot give you. That is the beautiness of the Claude. Directly, we can copy the things from the Claude in the Word file itself. If you're giving the same command to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will also create the flowchart. But if you copy that flowchart from there, it will not go to the Word file. So what you can do, you can use the snipping tools of that and you have to cut that image, you have to paste it. At the same time, it is not looking good while you are taking printout of the thesis. So better you create that particular flowchart, create that particular diagram in a Word file itself. No other AI tools will help you in that way except Claude. Claude will create those pictures directly in the particular format, whatever you want. You try it at your home today. Definitely you will get some fruitful results. Next is Microsoft Copilot. Nowadays, I don't recommend much about this. This is also like a ChatGPT only. This is now little older, Microsoft Copilot. It will not have much features, but definitely like a chat GPT, you can use it for a search engine or prompt creator. This is very important thing. Connected papers. This one you can make a note for that. Connected papers, it is very important for you. Connected papers. What it will help you? Connected papers. Suppose you are doing the literature review, right? Suppose you are doing the literature review. So for literature review, this connected papers, if you check, it will show you that whatever this literature presents, how they are connecting with each other. One more is there, I can't recall that, there is Research Rabbit. One more is there. If you use this both, definitely it will share the connection of the particular topics. Suppose you are checking, what is the difference between these connected papers with the Google Scholar? In the Google Scholar also we are getting the papers. In connected papers also we'll get the papers. What is it? Why we need this particular AI tools? Google Scholar will give you only the papers, but at the same time, this AI tools, connected papers, will give you the papers, and also it will tell you how the present literature will connect to each other. What is the connection between these all particular research papers? How you can connect? Or suppose it will show some picture like this. Suppose this paper 1 is connected to paper 2, paper 2 is connected to paper 3, paper 3 is connected to paper 4. Paper 5 or 6, it will show like here if it is, that means these 2 papers is not at all connected with these 3 papers. If there is also one connection with this, it will show with some bridge. You'll get the idea which paper you have to follow for your particular research area with the diagram itself. Even that diagram you can copy directly, you can paste it in your thesis also. What we have not done, because that time this facility was not there, connected papers. Now it is there. Definitely you can make your thesis more fruitful, you make your thesis more imaginary, you can make your thesis more attractive by taking in the literature review. I have reviewed so and so papers, and I can tell you these many papers are connected with each other, there is a relation between those papers. And these are some relevant journals, and those are some relevant papers. And some papers I got non-relevant, but somewhere it is connected. And that connected papers also will show you with some, I can't share here. Suppose this is very thick one, that line. If it is thick line means very strong correlation is there between these 2 papers. If it is little thin line, then you have to see there is very less correlation, but still correlation is there between those papers. Are you getting my point, what I am trying to tell you? If there is a very thick line, you have to think between those papers there is a strong connection. And if there is a very thin line, that means connection is there, but correlation is very less. And if even there is no line, means that papers are not at all connected, but somehow whatever such keywords you have given, those keywords somewhere, some way appeared in those papers, that's why they came. But that is not directly connected through all the main papers. Okay, so this is about the connected papers, which is very, very useful tools for your literature review purpose. Next is Semantic Scholar. That is nothing but a Google Scholar only. It's a kind of Google Scholar. It's a search engine for your particular research papers. If you are like Google or Google Scholar, suppose you are writing some topics, if you write over here, you will get the papers. Whatever journals are indexing Semantic Scholar, you will get those journals and you will get those papers. Yeah, this one only I was telling. Research Rabbit. It is also similar to the connected papers. It will also will show you the connections between 2 papers. Just what you need to do, just you need to give the keywords of your particular topic. Now the question is, sir, from where we will get the keywords? Any topic you tell me from your end. I will tell you how to detect the keywords. Any one of you. Any one of you just tell one heading or one line of your research topic. I will tell you how to find the keywords. Yes, please.
Biosensors are created by plant material.
Created by black materials.
Plant materials.
Plant materials, okay. So for this research, first keywords will be what? Biosensor. First keyword will be biosensor. Next keyword will be plant material. If you keep those, so consist of this plant material and biosensors, it will show number of papers and it will show which paper will be closely connected, which paper is not closely connected. Every document, even if it will ask you the data also from which year to which year you want. If you are not giving any particular year command, it will show all the papers present in that particular topic. If you want to give some particular topic, suppose your 2020 to 2026, it will share the 6 years papers. So in this way also we can use. Earlier, morning I told you that is bibliometric analysis. For bibliometric analysis, the library persons, they are doing the research with the help of software. One popular software is there. I think you must know that one. VOS Viewer. There is very commonly software. VOS Viewer. VOS Viewer. But that is a paid software. You have to take some license for that particular software. Nowadays, with the help of this Research Connected and Research Rabbit, connected papers, the VOS software, really people are using. They can take the data from the AI tools and they can do the analysis. VOS Viewer is rarely using, or who are having the funds from their project, they are purchasing the software and they are doing that one. If you don't have funds, you can use the AI tools for that also, for analysis part. Next is openread.academy. This one, openread.academy, this AI tools is for writing purpose. What writing purpose? Suppose you have number of PDFs of research papers. You have number of PDFs of the research papers. So those PDFs, suppose you are reading the research papers and you cannot get the idea what they want to tell. What you can do, that research paper you can upload in this openread.academy PDF format, and if you click command, if you give the command, this will tell you what are the extraction from that particular PDF. Even this was this can be used for YouTube links also. Various YouTube links. Suppose some we are going for YouTube some YouTube lectures. What they are telling we are not getting. Just copy the link, YouTube link, paste it here. You will get the idea. Some writing part, some bullets points it will tell. At least you will get the idea. I am not telling in deep discussion it will give. It will not give you the deep discussion. It will give you the brief idea that what that particular YouTube that you can use for your general, like in the general knowledge also. I am not telling only for research you can use. Suppose you are going for a lecture, you are not getting that lecture. You just copy that link and you paste it here in the openread.academy. It will tell you what is there. It will extract the what is there in that particular YouTube link. Or you can upload the research paper also here. It will tell you what are the important points of the research paper. Next is Consciensus app. This one is basically to create the literature review. There are two kinds of papers we are writing. One is your review paper, one is research paper. If you have the idea, if you don't have the idea, let me clarify. Research paper means we are the primary source of the data. Research paper means we are the primary source of the data, and what we are doing, we are collecting the data and we are analyzing the data, and results also we are getting. As a researcher, I am collecting data, I am doing the analysis, I am getting result. 1 + 1 = 2. That is I am the primary source of that particular research. That is research paper. What is review paper? I am using secondary source. Some journals I am taking, some books I am taking, some book chapters I am taking. From there, I am taking some knowledge or some data. I'm gathering those. I'm making a long paper by consisting of others' data. That is a review paper. If you give a topic to the conscientious, it will tell you how to write that whatever points you have to following for writing a review paper. It is very, very important for you if you want to write a review paper, because it will give you a roadmap. It will give you a particular roadmap. It will give you a particular points, what points you have to follow to write a review article particularly. So in that case, it will share you the papers also, which paper you can follow, and from those paper, what point you have to extract, and from those extraction, what are the important things that you can discuss. That roadmap, this AI tool will give you. So if you use this AI tool, you see, before coming this AI tools, we are writing a review papers. At least it is taking 6 to 7 months, even 1 year also. Because it is very difficult. If you want to publish your review article in a very good journal, it will demand at least 150 to 200 papers to write a review paper, which is very difficult within a 1 month to read all the 200 papers and to extract the data from them. Very, very difficult. But now, if you give the command on this app or command on this AI tool, within a week, you will get the data. Then you take another 1 week, because your search engine is easy now. You don't have to search much about the particular topic. You don't have to check whatever is the relevant papers. In Google Scholar also we are getting. You can tell me, sir, what is the difference between Google Scholar and this conscientious then? Google Scholar also giving us the paper, it is also giving us the paper. No difference. Difference is there. In Google Scholar, you will get the ample amount of research papers, which is not at all sometimes relevant also. But this AI tool will give you the relevant data, whatever you have, whatever you want to use in a research article. For that relevant data also, if you use it, that relevant data you copy from there, you paste it, but once again, same time, you don't directly copy and paste whatever is there in the app as output, whatever it will show. Again, it will cause for the plagiarism. So your language will be always your language. You take the information from the AI, use your own language, and then write the paper. What we are doing directly, we are copying from the AI and we are pasting in the research paper. That is not a good way for write a research paper. Definitely, you will face the problem while you are submitting for the plagiarism. You will get some plagiarism over there. So, to get the less plagiarism, you use your language, because no one copy your language. So, definitely plagiarism will not come. So, you take the points from those papers, you take the idea from those papers, even you can take that help to this particular AI tools to generate your research questions. Freely you can do it. Frankly speaking, if you are not getting that how to start my research, or how to generate the research idea, or how to do the research. Suppose what I told, to start a research paper, first you should have a research problem. So to generate a research problem also you can take help from that, because it will tell you after browsing all the data present. Google Scholar will not tell you the research problem. It will tell you the research problem also. After browsing all the data, it will check whatever present data is there. It will read their future scopes also. It will read their research gaps also. After reading all those things, it will help you to generate the research questions even, hypothesis even. So with that, suppose now you got the idea what are the research gaps present. Now it is your job. Use your mind to check those research gaps and you make a research problem. So finding the solutions, finding the research problems, earlier it was 1 month, 5 months, 6 months. We are reading the research papers continuously every day and we are getting some solutions after that. But now, if you sit for 1 or 2 hours, you give the command, it will tell you the research statements. Now you think for 1 week with those research statements. You can get it very easily. So AI tools will help you to accelerate your research and it will help you for the time management. It is also nothing but the same like ChatGPT and this one is search engine only. So there is no other particular features to analyze the research. That is only you can use for the search engine. Yes, this one. Next is typeset IO. With the help of typeset IO, you can make a point of this. That is also known as, this is the link of typeset IO, and the name of the AI tool is SciSpace. It is a very, very, very useful AI tool for your particular research. Irrespective of any kind of field you are from, you can use this to make your graphical abstract, to write a review paper, even to write a systematic literature review. Every command will be there. It will create PPTs also. It will create PDFs also, and it will create the research papers also for you. But at the same time, don't rely on the SciSpace to create a research paper. I'm telling you the positive things also, I'm telling you the negative things also. Definitely it will create the research paper for you, but don't exactly copy and paste research papers for your publication. You will face the consequences. If it is earlier, 7-8 years back, then you will not face the consequences. That time you could be passed, because in the plagiarism softwares, AI tools were not there. They are not accessing the AI content. Now, as this kind of things are coming, people, random researchers, they are using AI tools. So definitely the universities, they have inclusion of AI tools also. And for your kind information, for your thesis writing, we have to make it below 5 to 10%. That differ from university to university. Almost as per the UGC law, you have to make it from 5 to 10%, not more than that. Because all of our that thesis will be submitted to UGC, right, sir? So we have to make it 5 to 10%. I think if some regulations will come, I don't know it will come or not, with inclusion of AI tools, it may up to reach 15%. That is also a question mark. So you see, with AI inclusion, we have to make it 10%. You see how much work you have to do. That is why if you are taking some data from the AI, you take the data only, language should be used. Then only you will not face the consequences regarding the plagiarism. Because for research writing, this is a very big issue nowadays, plagiarism. We all are facing much more plagiarisms, and we have to defend that. We have not copied from any AI tools. We are not copied anywhere from for writing our research papers. This is also one more thing. This is site.ai, SCITE.site.ai. This site.ai will help you to make the references. It is very important for the references. You can make a note that for references, this AI tools, you can use it. Earlier, there are many referencing tools like Zotero, and then Mendeley. Mendeley is useful, widely used, Mendeley. So for Mendeley, what you have to do, suppose you have downloaded some research paper and you have to upload that research paper in the Mendeley software. Earlier I am telling, conventional method. In the Mendeley software, we are taking the research paper and we are uploading over there. But what is the thing? If you click on Mendeley, easily suppose we have submitted to one journal, they are asking in APA format. Next, suppose that from that journal your paper has been rejected. You are submitting the paper in another journal. It will tell you about the MLA style. What you have to do? Again, you have to go and you have to check that one. With the help of MLA, what we can do, without checking several times, if you give command on the MLA style, automatically all will be changed to MLA style. Now, with this AI tool, site.ai, you need not to upload the papers also several times in the software. You see, what was the progression of the research writing? Earlier, when this Mendeley was not there, people used to write the research papers, these references. Suppose they has to submit another journal, then definitely it will be changed separately. Again, manually we have to change. Now the Mendeley came, you can one time you can upload your research paper in the Mendeley. Just giving a command, you can change the style at one command. But where you have taken time, you are uploading the paper several times. Many papers, suppose it's 100 papers, 100 papers you have to upload in the Mendeley. With the help of this AI tool, you need not to submit the research paper also, PDF also. Sometimes we may not have the PDF of all research papers, how to upload that one. Just we are checking the abstract, we're reading the abstract and we are writing some literature review sometimes. What to do in that case? There is no requirement for this kind of things. You go there, you give your particular topic and you give the papers whatever you have taken. Or suppose from the last AI tools I have shown you, this one. From this AI tools also, you can import the data. Suppose you want to write the research paper and the literature review. If literatures you are using from Conscious app, if you are importing that particular paper data from here to this one, site app, definitely it will give you the particular site, style of referencing. So this is basically most important for the referencing purpose, this AI tool. You can use it, make use of it, and within a fraction of a second, you will get the several references. Now, for future, what you can do? Suppose one time you have created all the references, you make it in a one page in a Word file. You save it for the particular paper. Saved it. Suppose in next journal you are asking that okay, I need to submit their in different format. What you can do? Just that page you can upload inside, and you can write according to this so and so journal. You make the references. It will do the modifications with DOI numbers. Now, next question is, it will not make the references which references does not have the DOI numbers. There also that authenticity and accuracy will come. If some journal will have some particular authenticity with DOI numbers, there is no cloning journals, those journals only it will make as a reference. Cloning journals it will not take as a reference. These things also you have to keep in mind. So at the same time, using this AI tool, you can detect the accurate and proper journals also. That is also beautiful for beautiness of this particular AI tool. Next is Genius. With the help of Genius, you can make the graphs, you can make the tables, and also you can make the graphical abstract with the Genius software. And this, I must tell you, all these softwares are freely accessible. There is no charges for that. Just you have to log in. Those particular tools only I have mentioned here, except some Perplexity AI. Perplexity AI, sometimes after using some more commands, it will ask some upgradation. Right. Other than that, almost all these things will tell you in the free of cost sometimes. If you are using excessively, then only after some time also they will ask very nominal charge. But almost all the cases, if you are using those AI tools for your usage, you will not get this so much. Like you not have to spend some money on that also. So the other freely accessible AI tools for your research purpose. And this one also is Genius. What I was yesterday itself, I was checking this Genius software. In that particular case, suppose you want to make some flowchart. Earlier, the flowcharts we made with the help of paints, or we made with the help of this PowerPoint. So, suppose you want to make this from this Genius software. After this, suppose you want to give some particular, you want to cite something. So I can explain in that way. Suppose you want to make a flowchart for that particular topic, and that flowchart is coming from some literatures. That is not your creation. Let me explain one more time. Suppose 5-6 papers are there. Okay. Now, from those 5-6 papers, I want some particular conclusion. That conclusion I want to show in the help of tabular form or in the form of this what should I say, this tables, sorry, flowcharts. So that flowcharts I can easily make with this Genius software. Okay, and apart from that, all of these softwares, whatever, all of these AI tools, whatever I am telling, all can be used as search engine also. Whatever I am telling, those are the special features for those. Apart from that, all these AI tools can be used as a search engine also. This Conquer AI, I have not used much it is, but this Conquer AI also you can use as search engine, and even it will make a review paper also. Suppose you want to write a review paper within 50 to 100 pages, it will create for you, Conquer AI. But at the same time, I am also not familiar with the Conquer AI. Very rarely I have used, because there are a number of AI tools which at the same time you cannot use. With the year of experience, maybe you will use slowly. So these things you can explore one more time. So this is, you have to remember. Always I am telling. You remember that one? This one you require. I am telling to my students, colleagues, always we are thinking AI will grab our job. This is a very wrong concept. AI will not grab our job until unless you are not giving to AI. AI never will grab our job until unless you are not giving the platform to AI. AI will not replace you, but the person with knowledge of AI can replace. That is the point. So that if you are making some usefulness of the AI, you will be the benefited. And that is the purpose of today's lecture, to make the research scholars AI trained, or to give the idea, to the initial idea to the research scholars in their coming journey, how you can use the different AI tools. See, when we have done our PhD, that time this usefulness of the AI was not there. So we have taken more time to write our research. We have taken more time to write our PhD thesis. We have invested a lot of time. Now with the help of this AI, you can make those writing, research writing, in a very fruitful way, which will be the time saving also. Because if you are not using AI, if you are not utilizing those AI, then your research and your work will be more lengthy, more longer. So better you use those AI for make your research writing short and time friendly. Okay. So this is also very unwanted advice, or you can say this I am telling to my students also sometimes. That is one day or day one. There are this point, one day, that means someday we will do, someday we will use AI. What is there? Just we have started our PhD journey, and after someday, maybe one day AI will help you. One day we'll take the help from AI. One day we'll write the research. That one day will never come. Never come. If you're thinking from now itself, one day will come, one day will come, one day will come, you don't know when that one day will come. So better you take it from day one itself. Just the reshuffling of the two words. You see, whole of the philosophy of your life will be changed. And you make it now, day one. You make your day one today itself. You try to search as many as AI tools, but you don't make yourself dependent on the AI tools. We are doing that wrong thing. We are making ourselves depending on the AI tools. You are only the master of your research topic. You are only the mastermind of your research topic. Just you are taking help from the AI. We should not give our research to AI. Research is our only. We are taking a small help, like you are taking help from your supervisor, you are taking help from your co-colleagues, you are taking help from a resource person like me. Same thing, you take a help from AI. But don't give your research to AI for writing your research, for thinking about your research. So you will face only consequences when the review meetings will come. Once you go for the review meetings, they will ask you how you have drawn this graph. What you will answer? Sir, AI tools has made this graph. I don't have any idea. Then they will say degree will be awarded to the AI tools only, not you. Dr. ChatGPT. Then it will come, Dr. ChatGPT. So this is not, it should not be happened, right? So AI tools is there for your betterment and to save your time. That is our bad luck. Then when we have done that time, this kind of AI tools were not there. So we have used the conventional tools. We have invested much more nights for that. Nowadays, it will become very easy to do the research work with the help of artificial intelligence. One more thing, nothing changes until we change. First, you have to change yourself. You have to grab the idea of the AI, because without AI we cannot go. Our growth will be stopped. Now, if you are going for after PhD, you will go for teaching. There also AI tools are there. Every college is now telling to use the AI tools, to use the ICT tools, to use some pedagogy where students will be benefited. Without AI tools, students, because the next generation students, they are very smart. If you are going with the textbook, if you are reading the textbook only, they will not listen. You have to make something interesting for them. How to make it? With the help of artificial intelligence only. Conventional things they don't like nowadays. They need more animation. You show them some video, they will come to your class every day. This sir is showing video. You go with some textbook, they will never come in your class. This thing happened. And this is a success formula. Artificial intelligence and human intelligence will give you the positive future for the educators. Without artificial intelligence, only with human intelligence also we cannot grow. With human intelligence, without artificial intelligence also we cannot grow. So there should be a good collaboration with artificial intelligence and also with the human intelligence. Yes. With this, I end here. If you have any question, you can ask. I will be happy to answer you. Yes. Is there any question? Yes, please.
Interpretation.
Huh.
Part of the discussions.
Interpretation is a part of discussion. Yes. Because why? Interpretation means why your result. Please sit down. Interpretation means how your results came. That is your result. How it is coming. X-axis is the given. Y-axis is given. Why the graph is coming. How the graph is coming. That is basically results. Now, why the graph is coming? That is your interpretation. That is your discussion. Sometimes we are confusing with that. What is the difference between this result and discussion? So let me clear you. Result means what work you have done directly. In lab, you have performed something, or you have used some theory, you have used some hypothesis, you are doing some analysis, interpretation, some analysis. That is basically direct result. That is your results. Whatever direct qualitative or quantitative data you got from your result. That is outcomes. But discussion or interpretation means why those outcomes are coming. Those outcomes are positive outcomes or negative outcomes. That discussion should be there in the discussion part. Definitely. From software, if you are getting some graphs, suppose you are doing some simulations. From simulations also, or some software also, suppose you are getting some data. Let it be in the result part. Whatever data you are getting. Now, how the data is useful for your field, how data is useful for the future generation, or what to do with your data, where we can apply those data, or suppose some previous data is present, how your data is different from your previous data, what is the newness of that data, that you can discuss in the discussion part. Okay. Anything else? Okay, if it is not there, I think we can conclude. Thank you so much for listening me from last 2 hours, and I thanks to all of you. You can take my number from ma'am also. Even my mail ID is also available with madam. I will give her. If you require any help in coming your PhD journey regarding the research writing, even I don't know who are from my particular area of interest. If you have anything, you can contact with me. I will be here only in Navodaya Institute of Technology. It is not, I think, 10 kilometers from here. If you need anything, you can visit my institute also, visit my office also. You can call also, mail also. I will be happy to collaborate, happy to assist you in your coming journey. Thank you so much and all the best for your PhD journey. Thank you. Shall I take my laptop now? Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir.
Close it.
Safe.
Sure.